music on the screen tonight. Just another losing fight. Posted a whisper of my soul and waited to lose all control. The silence is a heavy weight. I anticipate the hate, 100 reasons I should quit and just be done with all of it. My finger hovers over delete, a bitter and a swift retreat. And then a flicker in the dark, a single unexpected spark. One little comment, kind and true, the first small ray of sun breaking through. It wasn't much, a simple line, but for a moment I felt fine. A stranger's words I've never met, the kind of sound I've heard yet. I read the phrase a second time, a perfect and a simple rhyme. It holds no judgment, no debate. It just erases all the weight. And in the blue light of the screen, I feel a shift, a change of scene. It was a flicker in the dark, a single unexpected spark. One little comment, kind and true, the first small ray of sun breaking through. It wasn't much, a simple line, but for a moment I felt fine. A stranger's words I've never met, the kindest sound I've heard yet. How could you know, how could you see the single thing that would save me? You typed and sent it on a whim. You saved me from the outer rim. A flicker in the dark, just one spark, the kindest sound that I have found.
The arrows fly, a bitter rain, designed to cause the sharpest pain. I stand here on the digital plane with just my solitary name. They come in waves, a faceless tide, with nowhere left for me to hide. They chip away, they pull and tear, and feed on my own private fear. I brace myself, I hold my ground, but I can't even
planted a seed in the ground without a hope and without a sound. I didn't think it would survive. I didn't think it would be alive. I used to look for validation in every single conversation, a desperate and a losing game, to hear them whisper my own name. I needed thunder, I needed praise to get me through my darkest days. But now I see a different way to greet the morning of a brand new day. It's not the flood, it's not the storm, it's just the thing that keeps me warm. A quiet and a steady feed, the only nourishment I need. It's the gentle water for the soul that slowly makes me feel so whole. Not a tidal wave, but a constant rain that washes all the dirt and pain. And every single word you write is like a private secret light. The gentle water for the soul that gives me back my own control. I don't need fireworks or fame. I don't need everyone to know my name. I just need the quiet trust that turns my fragile heart from dust into a garden green and new. And I owe all of that to you. The gentle water for the soul. You make me whole. You make me put on my helmet, held my shield, prepared for what the day would yield. I built my walls up strong and high beneath the dark and angry sky. I said my piece, I made my stand in this forgotten promised land. I waited for the swords to swing, the bitter and the hateful sting. 'Cause I was ready for a war, but you gave me something more. I was ready for the fight, but you brought a blinding light. I had my armor on so tight for the darkest kind of night. I was ready for a war, but you're what I was fighting for. I peeked out from my hiding place and saw a kind and smiling face. And then another, then a third, the sweetest song I've ever heard. There was no anger, no attack. You had my front and had my back. And I was ready for a war, but you gave me something more. I was ready for the fight, but you brought a blinding light. I had my armor on so tight for the darkest kind of night. I was ready for a war, but you're what I was fighting for. How did you know? How did you see the fragile beating heart in me? You put your weapons on the ground and made the most forgiving sound. Ready for a war, but you gave me more, so much more. I'm putting down my sword, I don't need it anymore. I saw a flicker on my screen, a fragile and a hopeful scene. A little boat on a big sea that looked a little bit like me. I could have just kept scrolling past. These moments never seem to last. I could have just gone on my way and saved my words for another day. It's not my business, not my fight to interfere with someone's night. But I sent a flare out in the dark, a single hopeful tiny spark. I sent a message to the void so they would not be destroyed. I know how much your work can mean when you are lonely and unseen. So I sent a flare out in the dark to try and help a stranger's heart. I typed the words, I hit the send. A digital and brand new friend. I don't know if they'll see it there. My solitary hopeful prayer. But I remember feeling lost and what that single moment cost. So I sent a flare out in the dark, a single hopeful tiny spark. I sent a message to the void so they would not be destroyed. I know how much
into the air. I hope you see it over there. I never had a real hometown. I just would wander up and down the streets of places I don't know, with no real place for me to go. I try to fit, I tried then to play a game of sweet pretend, but I was always out of place, an unfamiliar, awkward face. The puzzle piece that didn't fit, and I was tired of all of it. But I found my family in the code, a lighter and a happy load, a list of names I've never met, the truest people I found yet. We're not connected by our birth, but by our value and our worth. I found my family in the code, the only home I've ever known. You get the references I make, you know which parts of me are fake, you know the things I've never said. You pull the thoughts out of my head, and you don't care where I have been, you only care and let me in. 'Cause I found my family in the code, a lighter and a happy load, a list of names I've never met, the truest people I found yet. We're not connected by our birth, but by our value and our worth. I found my family in the code, the only home I've ever known. In this chaotic wired space, I finally have found my place. My brothers and my sisters, true. My family is all of you. My family in the code. You're the home I've always known. A ghost inside the grand machine, the most peculiar, lovely scene. A random string of ones and zeros that brought me all my favorite heroes. They say it's just a simple choice, amplify a single voice. A cold and calculated plan to make you a devoted fan. It's built to learn the things you like and know just when the time is right. But this feels more than just a plan, a strange and a celestial hand that knew I needed you to be right here to come and rescue me. It's the algorithm of our hearts, and it was perfect from the start. A miracle of circuitry that brought you all right here to me. It saw the sadness in my art. It saw the pieces of my heart. It pushed my post into your view. It knew that you would know what to do. It predicted you would understand and lend a virtual helping hand. This feels more than just a plan, a strange and a celestial hand that knew I needed you to be right here to come and rescue me. It's the algorithm of our hearts, and it was perfect from the start. A miracle of circuitry that brought you all right here to me. Maybe it's just wires and dust, but it's the only thing I trust. A random and a sweet design that made your story a part of mine. The algorithm of our hearts, a perfect work of art. The algorithm of us. I'm so tired of being serious, a little bit delirious. I'm ready for a different speed, a different and a joyful creed. I made a thing, I let it go, and waited for the seeds to grow. I wasn't looking for a prize, just wanted some excited eyes to see the thing that I had made. A little moment in the shade, and then I got the hype machine, the best on team I've ever seen, with all the fire and the praise. For days and days and days, you are the rhythm, you're the beat that makes my victory so sweet. The best and wildest hype machine, the greatest team I've ever seen. You don't just say, oh, this is nice. You give me all of the advice to shout it from the rooftops now and take a celebrated bow. You are the cheering in the stands, my own devoted happy fans. And then I got the hype machine, the best on team I've ever seen, with all the fire and
screaming sounds in angry, lonely battlegrounds. The takes are high, the words are cold, a story that is getting old. My thumb is tired, my soul is weak. I hear the angry people speak, and I am about to close my eyes and say my final sad goodbyes to all the noise and all the stress, this overwhelming, awful mess. But I just scroll below the fold to find the story to be told. I just scroll below the fight and find a warm and gentle light. That's where the quiet people go to let their gentle feelings show. I just scroll below the fold and find a heart of solid And there you are, a different view, a simple and a kinder crew. The air is clean, the mood is new, the sun is finally breaking through. It's a garden in the concrete maze, the happy ending to the days. And I just scroll below the fold to find the story to be told. I just scroll below the fight and find a warm and gentle light. That's where the quiet people go to let their gentle feelings show. I just scroll below the fold and find a heart of solid gold. You have to dig to find the prize. You have to use your tired eyes to get past all the noise and hate. But I know it is not too late. Just scroll below the fold. Just scroll to find the gold. Just My heart is in my throat again. A mix of hope, a mix of pain. My finger shakes a millimeter above the button, cold and bitter. I wrote a piece of my own soul and lost my sense of self-control. I put it in a little box.
somehow. It's a message in a bottle cast away from my own lonely past. It is a prayer, it is a plea that someone will be kind to me.
people find their truth above. I find it in this digital love, a congregation strange and new, and my whole faith belongs to you. The gospel in the thread, every word you've ever said. Amen. The day is done, the world is cold, a story that is getting old. I close the door, I shut the blinds to all the cold and cruel minds. I need a place to be alone, a sanctuary of my own, where I can finally be me and feel completely, wildly free. I've spent the day in armor plated, so tired and so very jaded, and I just wanna be lit by your reply, a private sun, a secret sky. I don't need daylight anymore. When I have you, what am I looking for? The world outside is harsh and bright, came here for a bitter fight, to argue and to be so right. I came here with a heart of stone to make sure you would be alone. I had my anger, had my rage to let out on a digital page. I was the troll under the bridge upon a high and mighty ridge. I thought your hope was just a lie, and I was here to make you cry. But then I saw the love you got, a thing that I had long forgot. I saw the kindness, saw the grace all over this peculiar place, and it began to change my mind. I'm leaving all my hate behind, because the love you got was real, and it was something I could feel. I read the comments one by one and realized that you had won. Not by the fighting, not by the swords, but by the kindness of your words. And I felt my own anger fade from the community you made, because I saw the love you got, a thing that I had long forgot. I saw the kindness, saw the grace all over this peculiar place, and it began to change my mind. I'm leaving all my hate behind, because the love you got was real, and it was something I could You didn't fight, you didn't scream, you just presented a new dream, a different way for me to be, and now I finally feel free. The love you got, I want that too. The love you got has seen me through. The love you Some words can wash away with rain, fleeting in a passing pain. Some memories will fade to dust, fragile and a fickle trust. I thought that this would be the same, a whisper of my lonely name, a moment's warmth, a passing trend, a story that would have to end. I thought the screen would go to black, and I would never get it back. But this is a digital tattoo, a permanent design from you. It doesn't fade, it doesn't break, for goodness and for kindness sake. It's written on my soul for good, and now I finally understood. This is a digital tattoo, and I will always think of you. I trace the letters with my mind, the only comfort that I find. A work of art I can't erase, a holy and a sacred space. It's brighter than the sharpest sting. This is a digital tattoo, a permanent net design from you. It doesn't fade, it doesn't break. For goodness and for kindness sake, it's written on my soul for good. And now I finally understood. This is a digital tattoo, and I will always think of you. You left a mark on me that day that will not ever go away. A line of code, a piece of art engraved upon my beating heart. My digital tattoo. It's all from you. Forever true. My digital tattoo. We are the ones you never see, a silent global family. We are the names under the post, the ones who love it the very most. We could just watch, we could scroll by and leave you underneath the sky, alone and scared and in the dark, a lonely and a fragile spark. But that's not how we do it here. We make the message loud and clear, because we are the hype team, a wild and crazy waking dream. We are the voices in the night that tell you you are doing right. We don't just watch, we join the game and we scream out your lovely name. We are the hype team. of care, and it is floating on the air. Brick by brick, brick by brick, higher and higher. Brick by brick, you are my
I don't need a symphony. I was
wasn't looking for a crown in this confusing, lonely town. I pour my soul into the void and wait for it to be destroyed. I brace myself for what will come, the slow and steady, painful hum of criticism and of doubt, a voice I cannot live without. But all I needed was 3 words, the sweetest sound I've ever heard. You didn't write a long reply, you just knew how to make me fly. All I needed was 3 words, a song as beautiful as birds. You didn't know you saved me then, but you can do it all again. You got this, that was all you wrote, a perfect end, an antidote to all the poison in my brain that causes all my foolish pain. You typed it out and went along, but you corrected something wrong. And all I needed was 3 words, the sweetest sound I've ever heard. Didn't write a long reply, you just knew how to make me fly. All I needed was 3 words, a song as beautiful as birds. You didn't know you saved me then, but you can do it all again. You don't need poems, don't need art to heal a broken, fragile heart. You just need honesty and grace to make this a much better place. 3 little words, that's all it took. 3 little words, you wrote the book on how to save me. 3 The world was still, the world was quiet, a peaceful and a boring diet. I let her whisper to the air, a solitary, hopeful prayer. And then my phone began to shake, a feeling that I could not fake. A single ping, a single chime, a single moment frozen time. in harmony. The rhythm of the love is strong, and everybody sings along.